Okay, Norman, you ended up top 32. You had, Euros in Berlin with Pendulum deck. Is there anything you want to say before you go to the deckathon?
Yeah, basically I haven't touched cards since Las Vegas earlier this year.
Right, yeah.
And it's like I just picked up the cards last weekend. I bought all of them. The guys from the team, like we pretty much decided like 1 month ago to play all Pendulum.
Yeah.
And so I just picked up the cards, and basically I started reading all the cards yesterday morning.
Right.
When I got the final list from Temus.
Yeah.
So I didn't build the deck. I didn't know how to play the deck until round 7.
Right.
But it was enough to talk.
All right, awesome. Let's see the list.
Okay, so
yeah.
it's 2 Odd-Eyes Dragon. I will come to the reasoning later. I played Pendulum. It's like the obvious choices. Then we have the Odd-Eyes cards, Odd-Eyes Performables, together with the True Face of Terror.
Yeah.
So those are the cards you needed for a later explanation. And basically the reason to play this deck is Kieran, because it basically beats every XYZ deck. And it gives you some opportunities against Monarchs as well. So it's a pretty solid Pendulum monster, and it basically wins you the matchup against PK Fire, which we expected a lot to see at this at Euros. So and then another engine we decided to play was the Ariadne engine.
Yeah.
So there was two. It's like there was basically a clash in our team, because half of us played the Ariadne version, half of us played the Magician build. The idea to play the Magician build played Avians, and we played the traps. Like the Avian build is harder to play, so I decided to go for the trap build because I did not know how to play the deck basically.
Okay.
So usually it's like strike is only needed in certain matchups, so you often want to go search for Scolding. So in order to trigger Ariadne, we played like, it's a pretty obvious guy.
Yeah.
And then also one of the best cards in the deck is Magical Abductor. It helps you to get to all your key cards first, and basically how you trigger it is with get rid of this one. With Sky Iris. So this basically this card gets you to every card you need. Together with an Odd-Eyes Fusion, you can pretty much out every field, search for the scales. And if you have an Abductor, you can simply go for basically every Pendulum card in your deck. So shortcut number 1 is go always for Kieran. And basically you often kill with the Odd-Eye effect of the Odd-Eyes Dragon, because it does double damage whenever it goes into battle with a monster. And you start pushing things with the Unicorn and the Phoenix. So that's how you win basically against Monarch. If they start outgrinding you, you just win by damage. So, and the rest is just basically filler cards. So Upstart Goblin, a few more high scales like Eccentric. It's like one of the most versatile Pendulum cards. And if you have the nuts, then you can also go and search a Veiler Abductor.
Right, yeah.
So and therefore you need lesser draw. So why I prefer the trap version I already explained, and it gives you much more ease into going in side deck, because you simply side out the traps in Ariadne. Ariadne you can obviously trigger with Sky Iris as well, so it has a pretty good opening against every deck, and whenever you start you pretty much win. So
Okay.
Going for the side deck, I just mentioned, we had like 3 Maxi.
Yeah.
And then depending on which variant we played, like we kept the deck, side deck very versatile because there's like PK Fire, and the BA builds differ, the Cosmo builds differ, Monarch builds differ if it's a XYZ Monarch, BA Monarch, or Domain Monarch. So and then you need outs to the back row decks, so to the standard demise decks.
Right.
On this guy, the Kaijus are pretty strong with Kieran as well because you can tribute the opponent's monster and then go for just get back to your hand. And those are the cards you mainly side for the Monarch matchup.
Right. Yeah.
In order to get rid of the field, deal OCKs, win back the field again, so you cannot go for Crime or Ether during your turn. I think this side deck is pretty standard.
Okay.
The only thing that makes it Raigeki was a good top deck sometimes. Regarding this extra deck, double Driller. Usually, if you don't know what you're playing against and you have a like standard hand, then you go for Driller because there's a 2/3 chance that it hits a deck that it is good. It is good against like Cosmo or BA with Monarch. There's only Cosmo and Pendulum where it's not that good against, but still. If you do the right choice, then it's usually game. So another good opening guy. We come to the damage deals, like to the back row grinders, and then basically there's a whole lots of cards that just focus on dealing damage. So usually you can either outgrind your opponent with the Kyrins or go for as much damage as you can. So with Cowboy, Trapeze, and Utopia Beyond. So you can finally make use of a panel summoned monkey board as well.
Yeah.
Then there are the guys you need for the Odd Eyes Fusion. This guy, I never summon it, but it's good if you have Kaijus or Odd Eyes. I think it's much more valid in the Epics Avian build. And then also back row grinders if you have the Mumbukus, if you have already a Kirin. So basically, the list is pretty clean and standard, but the deck has a lot of depth. I wouldn't have fought that because I never played the deck. The guys tested it for us, and I'm pretty happy with the list. So I mean, like, I haven't played a very long time. I didn't play that well. I made a few mistakes during the tournament. So I think like there's a lot attributed to my success because of the strength of the. But
still.
That's it. So
okay. Any last words?
I want to greet my team for lending me the cards and giving me the deck list. Greet our sponsors and thank you for coming to the European Championship in Berlin. It's my hometown.
Okay, awesome. Norman, thanks for deck building. Congrats with your top 32 spot here at the Euros. Thank you.